Alright, so we've been messing around, got a new welder in over here. We got the Harbor Freight MiG 170 titanium. First time either of us have welded aluminum, so we spent some time practicing on stuff and we think we got it pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can't give a good weld on this. This plate is going to be our transom. We're replacing the wood with this transom. It's 6 pieces of aluminum that we're welding together, and then everything will get bolted up on it. So let's see how the weld goes. That should be pretty good for what we need here. So, take the camera inside and we'll get ready to run this thing through the table saw.
Guess we need to have extension cords, so
Yeah.
plug it in with a grind wire.
Alright, so we're putting our transom together. As you can see, it's not super even, so our pieces were not cut very well when we bought them. So we're going to square it up on a table saw with a aluminum saw blade. We'll see how this goes.
Yeah,
That's a nice square edge.
Yep. Where's your file?
Alright, so that gauge came out real good.
Oh, yeah.
Now we got a pretty much square transom. We just got to do a few more welds here. Alright, I'll carry that out. I'm just going to do a quick vacuum real quick, get this stuff up.
Yep. I'll leave these in here. Put these.
Alright, back out here to do some more welding. So, get the grind slot. I wanted to point that out because that's got to go in the flat on the edges there.
Yeah, the end should probably be pretty flat.
Alright, well, we want to disassemble what's on there so we can get our 2 corner braces that have to go on here, because that's got to get welded on before we can put the next plate on there that we don't have yet. But we can get that welded on in place. We can unbolt just that last part there. And get that off, because we can slide the motor back towards that corner, and we can, I can like stand in between the things and we can work, one of us behind it, one of us there. We don't have to move the boat, and we can, or we can just take this off real quick and bring it over here, just take the whole transom off.
Might be better to work on it. I don't know. What do you think?
Probably just take it off. It's got to come off anyway. Might as well just take the 4 bolts that are holding it off and just bring it over here and we can work. So let me flip the camera around. So we got our transom built, our transom plate built. So next thing we're going to do here is we're going to get this transom, the whole structure off the frame. So gotta move some stuff out of the way here, and we're going to get ready to get that. So we got 4 bolts to take off, and we'll bring that over here. So. All right, so we got our transom plate built. So welds look a little better now that we're starting to learn how to do this, and we got the higher amperage going now. Overall, it's coming out pretty good. Today's goal, we've got the transom pieces here. We're going to get this transom built and mounted. That way, all stuff doing the framing work will be done. We got all these locked down tight once we got it adjusted. So hopefully Wednesday or Thursday we'll get all the wood locked down. But we got a fair amount to do between now and then. Like I said, we got the transom done. We're gonna get some conduit run in these sections here for a lot of the electric that's gonna be running some of the lights, as well as bringing all of our cables from the control center back to the motor and all that. So we got a fair amount of work to get that done, but we're hoping by the end of the day, Thursday, we'll have wood locked down and hopefully get the floor put onto the wood, so that way it's got the weekend that we're working to cure before we do any more with it. But that's where we're at, and that's what we're getting ready to roll into. So time for some more time lapse while we get going on this. We'll stop and break and let you know what we're doing with this transom as we go, but we got some grinding to do to clean it up. So that's what we're gonna get started on. saw some flex in it, but it's more flex than you'd think. Because I'm probably about 190 pounds with the clothes on. But I think once the wood's on there. Oh yeah, once there's wood and it's pulling on the wood. Plus you're gonna, don't forget you're gonna have a 3/16 plate right here. Angle plate.
I don't think there's any way to really brace it.
It's not going anywhere.
It's not. I gotta go.
But, yep. So there you go. Transom done. That's where we're gonna call it for tonight. Tomorrow morning I'm gonna go get the paint, and it'll be time to start painting some wood. Get some of it cut to the right size. So that's where we're at for tonight. Alright, so what I'm about to do now is turn the lights on first. But what I'm about to do is I've got two braces you can see here and here. Those two braces are going to get welded together. That way we can keep the spacing correct for all the bolts on the transom. Because as you can see in the background there, right there, we got our power trim and tilt jack plate. So in order for us to attach that, now that we have it, we've got to remove the transom and drill it. So I'm going to get those braces welded in place and then get that transom off, and we're going to get the drill press set up. It's got to get propped up so that way we can drill our holes in this thing. But I got to get that on there, and my dad should be here pretty soon to help me because it's going to be a two-person job holding that transom, or not the transom, but the jack plate in place. That way we can screw it in, or get it marked out. We'll bring it over, put it on the drill press, which like I said is going to have to get lifted up so that way the arms here and here span the drill press, and we'll be set. So give me a minute, I'll get the welder fired up, and I'm going to go ahead and get those braces welded in place. That way we can keep the spacing correct. Alright, I got that off. I'm going to pause this for a minute while I get the drill press set up so that way we can mark this out. Alright, so I got this set up. What I got to do is find center on this transom here, which I just did. Center's going to be right here. Once I get my center point marked, I got to double check it, then I've got to figure out the width of that, and I'll be able to come out and line that thing up dead center. So that's what I'm working on now. I gotta get wing nuts for this, some stainless wing nuts.
Run it, see how far it goes.
It goes to 90.
hydraulic fluid fill.
Yeah.
Stop. That's about almost just a little past even.
Yep.